one of the first things that I think we have to offer is communion. When you are suffering, and I'm pretty sure that some of you have experienced this, when you are suffering and there is one person that side behind you, I mean at your side, and is there just for listening, that in itself is giving you a huge sense of healing. To know that you are not alone, as we were listening in the video, in the last song, you are not alone, we are one body. That's a good beginning of overcoming suffering. To deal or to face suffering is something that is very hard when you are alone. So it's part of the message of salvation, the idea of community. So when you are suffering in one part of the world, let's say Colombia, and then you know that there is another church in Kinshasa that is praying for you, then you start to find hope, because you are not alone. And then, more, how to say that? Además, Rolando, how to say además? Furthermore, thank you. Furthermore, that prayer from Kinshasa, to know that some churches here in North America are sending letters to congressmen in order to influence in some way in Colombia and to get a different direction in the trouble that you are dealing with, then that also gives you hope. You are not alone. And then, if you also know that there are people around the world that are able to suffer with you, I mean, to go to Colombia and then stay with you and face the trouble that you are facing, then that gives you hope. And when you have hope, because of Christ's resurrection, because the reality of a real global community, then you can work in order to overcome suffering and to find, as the song says, joy in Christ and a real solution. I remember, for instance, in Vietnam, the churches were there dealing with persecution, and they were receiving a lot of letters around the world. And then the government of Vietnam was aware that this small community was not so small. There was a real body, global body, able to talk on behalf of them. So I would say that is a good beginning. Community, a real community that is ready to suffer with you and to face persecution with you, to listen to you, to pray for you, to share that suffering and find ways of hope, new hope that overcome suffering and bring you joy, peace, a new life, abundant life.